So, got a few bolts that came in that I was waiting on for the flex plates on the back of the motor. The flex plate bolts that mount to the back of the crankshaft, they are a single use only or torque to yield setup, and I didn't realize that until it was pretty far at the point where I was ready to start putting the flex plate on. So I had to order some GM Direct. They have nothing at AutoZone or Raleigh, none of auto parts stores, right in Napa. There's no options at all. So I also ordered the flex plate to torque converter bolts as well. They all came in today. There's a few other things that I ordered that came in. I had originally lost one fuel rail that had aftermarket injectors off of ATS, and those came in. Then what else am I waiting on? Oh, so I got the injectors in. I already had the fuel rails, an extra fuel rail sitting in storage. And let's see. The intermediate shaft housing, this came in from GM Direct. I had to replace this and stolen from a shop in downtown, along with some other goodies that got stolen. Someone scrapper stole them. So besides that, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put the flex plate on tonight. And the good part about putting this flex plate on is it gets me really close to go ahead and mounting the block to the transmission now. That was really the only thing I had to have in order to finally put the engine in the engine bay. So I'm really excited about that because I need to get the engine out of the way. I've got multiple projects that just started happening all at once, unfortunately. Have to work on the shop truck a little bit more. So the power steering pump needed replaced in the shop truck. Do that. Right now I just focus on getting this engine on the engine crane. off the ground. Now we'll go ahead and remove the engine crane. See the engine hoist. Over 18, I believe. 'Ratchet this front of the motor up. Because it's just leaning too far back or too far forward. Alright, let's drop this thing down a little bit. Alright, basically I'm pulling the back of the motor up. Get it more level. But welcome to the garage with DIY tools. Make sure we're clear. We're clear. Okay. Gonna lower the engine a considerable amount, and if anything were to happen right now, let's at least lower it on cardboard. Lower it slow, and then we'll install our flex plate. Alright, we'll leave it here. If anything were to happen, this cylinder would leak out overnight. I mean, this thing has been out in the weather for some time. I always hope that I'll have something underneath it to catch the oil pan before it hits the ground. So I'll just do this here all night until I'm ready to put the engine into the engine bay. Let's see how much time I have tonight. I don't know, it could be tonight. Alright, little flex plate. And so the bolts need to have blue Loctite on them. And it looks like the GM factory bolts already have a thread locker on them already. So we find the flex plate. But I really want to go ahead and put 2 bolts in here to hold it up, and then I'll go from there. So this spacer, all right. Light colored one. These are GM part number 11518862. Flywheel to crankshaft. And they already have the Loctite on them. If not, you can buy some Loctite. Alright. Yeah, okay. So I had to look at that again just to. It got tight kind of quick, but it's got a ways to go yet. Guess that's what Loctite does. So the pattern is use a crisscross pattern. Yeah, so I'm just making sure that basically on installation of the engine flywheel, that is the correct tool they're referring to, the flywheel holding tool. You put the tool in through the starter and it comes out right here and goes in the grooves of the sprocket of the flywheel, holds it in place. And then, I mean, it doesn't say to go in any pattern, but we'll do the crisscross pattern. And we'll tighten them down to snug, then to 22 foot-pounds, and then to 45 degrees. So as on the, there is a seal on all cars that I got this towel on here, so that leaves the valve train. But just making sure everything sounds okay. Doesn't look like anything's binding up. All right, we got 22 foot-pound. Alright, there's that 22 foot-pound. And let me just get another. Well, they weren't snug as I thought they were going to be. Gotta have extra leverage on this handle. Alright, I think we're ready to go to the, yeah, we're getting kind of tight now. Alright, going 22 foot-pound. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
This is our studio.